We actually the Madiba Hotshot Fire Base from the Working on Fire program, which is National Government Expanded Public Works program. We opened the Madiba Hotshot Fire Base back in 2003. We've been one of the first working on fire bases that opened within the program. The aim is to recruit the poorest of the poor to get them skilled, developed and trained in forest firefighting. We've got a continuous thing of assisting our corporate companies. Then we actually went into structural firefighting, a pilot project where we trained over the last 2 years 76 structural firefighters into the entry level of level 1 structural firefighting. And now fortunate getting funding to train 24, one team from George, one team from Graskop as search and rescuers.
The work that they do is so closely related to search and rescue and disaster management. You know, fires very often tend to end up as disasters, and having that kind of firefighting capacity and not optimizing its the resource as such, it makes sense to train people in search and rescue as well. And the working on fire teams being in the field and being in the mountains most of the time is an excellent resource.
Just generally around the country we don't have enough personnel really to man the wilderness search and rescue teams. The teams operate under EMS and they're assisted by volunteers who do a sterling job in assisting the professional services, but we need more manpower. The working on fire teams are disciplined, they are fit, they're in strategic areas, and it makes sense that they do get involved and assist. They have assisted up to now as well, but they haven't had any formal training in order to do that. So up to now they've really just been helping with searches and carrying things and things like that. But now after the training they'd be able to actually get involved in the more technical side as well. Guys, if you hook it here like I have now, can you see the way it's been hooked? When you get there, please do not do this. If I unhook this one and I clip this into the positioning carabiner, where am I hanging from? The gear loop. Can I do that? No. No. What is the maximum weight my gear loop should take?
I'm a police search and rescue dog handler. I'm based in White River. I basically work the whole of the Lowveld, and then the rest of Mpumalanga is also part of our area. We're 3 rescue dog handlers in the province. This is actually a blessing for me, the training that people are receiving. So I'm forever short of extra manpower and people trained to do the rescue work with me. On my own I can't do a rescue. In the past and at present we're using the people from Thaba Chueu municipality quite often. They people are trained in rescue work, but also there are only a few, and with the working on fire guys coming on board now, it means that we've got more people that will be able to help us. And the best of all is they trained in the techniques, so they know exactly what to do and how to do a thing. It will just ease the workload on myself and the other rescuers tremendously to know there are trained people to help us.
Yeah, we've done 6 days of training now. This is the 6th day with the group, 5 days of which they've been working with ropes. So I'm now letting them carry on as much as they can, setting their anchors, selecting the anchors, tying all the knots and organizing themselves, and then I'll get involved if I have to get involved.
We must remember that Graskop is a tourism mecca for both international and local tourists. We've got lots of scenic wonders around the area. We often got tourists that fell off over the edge at waterfalls, scenic points, and we've done a couple of years here at the Pinnacle where people slip and fall. You can see the weather conditions today, it's quite slippery and people not always cautious on that, and then we get incidents and we've got to do either body recovery or patient rescue.
The exercise that they're going to be doing, we pretending that a tourist has fallen over the cliff just behind us over here, and the only access down to the bottom of the cliff is by rope. So they have to rig their anchors where they're going to work over there. They're not able to walk around. There's no viewing point. They can't get into a position where they can see where the tourist is, and then abseil down over the edge, taking adequate precautions, using rope protectors and things like that. And then they'll have to Jumar back up again to the top when they're finished.
When I was at top, and look down. It was a little bit scary, but when I keep on going, yeah, I get used and I enjoy it.
It's changed a lot in my life. The training, even the work I'm working at the moment, it changed my life because working fire give us a lot of opportunities, a lot of skills. It's changed a lot in me because I've become responsible and do something for a living.
They are qualified to operate as members of a rescue team under the leadership of more experienced people. They're not qualified as rock climbers. We don't cover rock climbing techniques in the course because you cannot learn to be a rock climber in 2 weeks. The mechanics of setting up stretcher lifting and lowering systems and putting out anchors and abseiling and climbing back up a rope, that you can do safely in the period that we've had.
The equipment is very, very expensive. It's already registered on the asset register of Working on Fire. It's covered by the Working on Fire insurance. And we are responsible for that to keep it maintained, to use it to its full capacity and to keep it in a safe storage.
If they look after it, they'll have it for years. And it is PPE, personal protective equipment, so it has been issued to individuals. They've actually got their name or number on it, and they are responsible for it. So unless, for example, they damage a rope by putting it over a sharp edge, that type of thing, or dropping a piece of equipment, their gear should last them for many years. The ropes and harnesses and slings, all the soft equipment, you do need to replace reasonably frequently. There are still items that they would need, additional items, but they've got a very good selection of equipment. So it's certainly boosted what has been available in both of the areas. Because I know for a fact in both areas the emergency services will definitely like to have Working on Fire involved in rescues, because they've also got the equipment and now they've got the skills as well.
I think being trained as search and rescuers and being qualified and competent to do the job, combined with their firefighting skills and qualifications, they get better opportunities with that skills to be absorbed into the formal structure like municipal fire brigades.
Before I became a member of Working on Fire, I was staying at home. I joined Working on Fire program in 2004. I became a crew leader in 2007. I became qualified structural actually on January 2009. So now I want to be a real qualified high-angle rescuer. My aim is to prove all people in the world that ladies can do. Even myself, Lucy, I can do what men can do.
For us, it's very important that ladies get equal opportunities than men. They can also do the job once they've been trained. I think for the ladies also to play a role model within their communities as part of the team members as well. And it's important for the men to see that the ladies are as competent as the men.
Ja, vir my was dit challenge geweest omdat ek ladies meeste van die tyd is vir my is ladies bang om te gaan, especially by ropes en hoogtes en so aan. Vir my dit gegaan, ek het dit gevat as 'n challenge en ek het dit deurgemaak. Want jy sal nooit die opportunity in die lewe kry om so training te doen nie.
They've done very well. They've done extremely well. In fact, at some of the times, some of the groups, I've noticed sometimes if the guys get things into a bit of a tangle, sometimes the women would come and sort it out for them. And that was particularly true in the George team.
Right, zwei, right, attention, move to left and fist, left turn, 1, 3, 1, right, quick, march.
When I wake up in the morning and go to work, it's like I learn something every day. You know, there's different things that's happening at the workplace. It's not like it's going to be the same. And it's not like we're doing firefighting only. We're also helping the kids who don't have parents. We go there and we make some veggie garden for them so they can get something to their stomach.
Working on Fire forms part of development programs in water affairs and forestry, and those programs forms a bigger or a component of the bigger expanded public works program. Now, in the context of the South African economy, employment opportunities are an issue in the country as a whole. And for the foreseeable future, in my opinion, over the next 15 to 20 years, and it's difficult to plan for even longer, it's basically to use expanded public works programs like Working on Fire to put resources in place that will improve the livelihoods of the whole community. In this case, fire, you know, the impact of fire on livelihoods and those kind of things. So work towards introducing a longer term resource for the protection and management of natural resources.
They will get a certificate at the end of it. The certificate is issued by us and it's valid for 3 years. And after 3 years, they should either redo the course or otherwise just do a refresher course. And most of the groups who come after training like this would do either a 2-day refresher, or if they haven't done much work since they did their training, they would then redo the course at that stage. Yeah, I was very impressed with the fitness of the teams. The team in Graskop, at the end of the course, we took them on a hike, about an 18-kilometer hike off the path, and they had to navigate in bad weather conditions. And right at the end of the walk, they still had the energy to dance and sing, and every now and then one of them would fall to the ground and do push-ups with a rucksack on their back. And that was amazing to see that people are so fit. I've said to both of the teams I worked with that at the end of the course, if an incident had have happened, and God forbid that it did, but I needed to be rescued by them, I would have been happy to be rescued by either of the teams. It was really a pleasure working with them.
Nale